You too. What's going on? I got a shave. Y'all gotta excuse the truck. I'm getting loaded, man. Yeah, man. We out here picking cotton, man. the guy, the guy who run this place here, he making some money. Travona, how you doing? I'm too much. Yeah, I appreciate you watching my videos. But yeah, the guy that's running this place here is let me see. The guy who run this place here, he run this cotton gin. You know, they pick cotton out here. And then he got a paper bale place. He uh he shipped bales of paper. So this guy who own this place, he getting money all kind of ways. It's probably about 3, 4 other ways he getting money too. I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. Y'all gotta have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F. You gotta have all kind of plans, man. I'm getting loaded, man. Picking up another load of cotton. Y'all feel the truck bouncing around? You gonna call me, Travona? Yeah. Yeah, I spoke to the guy, and because I got my own authority, man. I'm trying to get some customers, man. So I spoke to the guy, and I was asking him, like, because this loaded. All right, all right. Yeah, I'm loaded, but this load here. Hold on, let the air build up a little bit. All right. Um, what I was talking about, yeah. So I got my own authority. I'm trying to get some direct customers, man. Because these loads, they pay above average. These cotton loads pay above average market rates. So, um, I would say anywhere between two to $1,000 above market rates. Like last week, I pulled a cotton load last week. The load went 300 miles for 1,700. 1,700. Um, you know, every blue moon you get a load like that on the board. This particular broker I got the load from. Um, I've been checking with him uh a lot lately, just because he's got these cotton loads. So and yeah, man. So yeah, last week I booked a load for 1,700, man. Um, Now it's a long story that goes with that 1,700. So I had to work for it. I had to work for it. Yeah, I had to do a little bit of work. It was some drama that went down with the load, but at the end of the day, 1,700 is 1,700. So, um, I mean, I had to deadhead 100 miles to get it. So, including Deadhead, it's about 400 miles. That's still pretty good. 1,700 for 400 miles. Travel Local take their cut. So I'm thinking like, yeah, what I was saying. So, you know, I got my own authority. So I was in there talking to the gentleman. Like, hey, y'all gotta excuse me. I got like a little cold. So I might cough every now and then. My nose be running and stuff. But I tried to clear it up before I start this video. So I should be good for a while. So I was in there talking to the gentleman. I was asking him, okay, are we in cotton season right now? Like, so he said usually cotton season is usually between September, October, all the way up to December. They usually start harvesting the cotton. You know, they be out in the fields with the machines, you know, harvest, you know, because they got machines that pick this cotton. I mean, I know a lot of y'all might be from the city, but out here in the country, ain't nobody picking cotton no more, man. It's 2018. They don't do stuff like that. These farms and stuff, these are major corporations that's running these farms, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if Levi's owned this place, you know what I mean? In some way or fashion. Or Hanes, or some clothing manufacturer that probably own all these cotton places down here. Dude, you be picking cotton loads. I mean, look, if the loads be on the board and I call a broker on the load, and if it's there, I'ma book it. If I'm in the area to get the load, I'ma book it. It's as simple as that. So I'm like, it's a fly on the window. So I was in there talking to the guy. I was like, hey, you know, is there like a season for shipping cotton? He was telling me the seasons and all that. I'm not gonna tell y'all that stuff because I work to get that information. I'm not gonna sit here and just give it all to y'all. Y'all gonna have to do your own work, you know. But he was telling me the seasons of the cotton. I was like, okay. So I asked him, are you looking for some carriers? You know, I mean, are you looking for some carriers? You know, like, what are your requirements to have carriers pull your product? And, you know, we was talking back and forth, and, you know, so, yeah, I mean, like, I've talked to some people, man, like, it's potential, like, I can have 2 or 3 direct shippers, man. I can have about 2 or 3 direct shippers, you know, shoot. And that's what it's all about, man. You get your authority, man, and you get out here and talk to these customers, man, and that's why you get your own authority, man, because you got to get these people out your pocket, you know. And like, I live down here in the Southeast. I live in Atlanta, so it would make sense for me to try to build relationships with customers in my area instead of running all over the country. Because a lot of guys, uh-oh, the APU coming on. Hold on, new house. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. Like, a lot of guys, they're not business people. So I mean, look, I'm not a business guru out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a business guru, but, you know, I'm trying to make this thing count. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make this thing count. If you're gonna work all your life, you might as well do something that's worth working for, you know. Don't be slaving for somebody else, putting money in their pocket, you know, building up their business, building up their brand, you know. You do all this work for 20, 30, 40 years and don't have nothing to show for it. But that's a rant on its own. I got a bunch of videos talking about that. So I'm like, okay, like, a lot of guys, they're not businessmen or women. I know some women that watch my videos too. So, like, I hear a lot of guys, they talk about, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a truck, but a lot of these guys and gals, they talk about getting a truck only because you can hear what they're saying, only to drive the truck to make money. And there are a lot of ways in trucking to make money. And there are ways to make money outside of the truck. There are ways to make money inside the truck. There are ways to make money if you own the trucking business. They're like, it's just like a lot of guys, they only see getting a truck just to make 1,000 a week or just to make 500 a week, man. Like, you can stay home, man. Like, it's just, that's just my opinion. So it's just, you might as well just go get a job. It's just, you gotta, you gotta go balls hard in this thing, man, and stop playing. So, I mean, a lot of times when I'm making my videos, I be talking to myself. I be yelling at myself. So basically what I'm saying, I'm talking to myself. So that's just what I'm doing. I know it's kind of crazy, but that's just what it is, But at the same time, I make videos for y'all and I make content and sit up here and run my mouth and y'all listen to me talk. But like a lot of guys, they get these trucks and they be like, oh yeah, I want to run from coast to coast. And they don't understand, like, you don't have to do that. There's no money in that because all you're doing is burning a bunch of fuel. And, all you doing is having a big old fuel bill at the end of the week. You did all that running, spent $1,500 in a week on fuel. You spent about $1,500 last week on fuel. Instead of thinking like a business and say, okay, how can I run less, build this business up to where I can get out of the truck and the business just take care of itself. So it's business, man. But if you just want to stay in the truck and just run the truck and kiss and love on your truck, and because there's some guys, they absolutely love their trucks. They love their trucks. They kiss on their truck. I mean, they don't literally kiss on their truck, but it's just how they act around their truck. You can just tell. Just some guys, like, if you take their truck away from them, they will just die. If some guys out here like that, you see them around. You know what I mean? It be guys out here. It's like, man, these trucks, man, they just tools, man. They just tools, man. Don't be hugging and loving on these trucks like that. There are more important things out here than these trucks. It's a fly on my window here. But yeah, new house. New house asked me when I'll be running on my numbers. I'm gonna be running on my numbers here in a minute. As soon as I get my contract from Snyder Finance. It's more just a formality. Because I can do it right now, but I want to get that contract signed. Once I get the contract signed, then I know I'm locked in. My payment is gonna change a few dollars a month, a few dollars a week. So I just wanted to get everything locked in, because when I leave Traveloco, Snyder Finance is going to be notified, and then I have to update an insurance on the truck. So I just want to make sure everything's signed, everything's locked in, and then we ready to go. So, yeah, so I talked to my Snyder Finance rep. I'm pretty much going to keep the truck, and I'm going to run it down to zero. I'm going to run this truck down to zero. I got a balance of about $50,000 left on the truck, so... And I'm just going to run it down to zero. So, next year, 2019, the truck will be mine, man. The truck will be mine. Pay for a truck. So that's what we're working on. Let me see. Let me go. What carrier would you recommend for someone looking at getting into at least purchase side of the business? What carrier? Like, I don't recommend looking at carriers for lease purchases. Like, if you're gonna do a lease purchase, I would do a lease purchase that's independent of the carrier. So if you can, try to find like a lease purchase program that's independent of the carrier. Um, I mean, I know I got a lot of videos supporting Snyder and all of this stuff, but Snyder is great, but you got to go over there with a pay for a truck. That's just the bottom line. Because if you go over to Snyder and you get their Snyder finance truck, I don't want to say you can't make it. It's just, it's tough. It's very tough over there to make it with those high. I mean, I talked to guys like my truck payment when I was over there is $700 a week. This is the same truck, but I bump into guys over there. I remember I used to bump into guys. They payments like $900 a week, $1,000 a week on the truck, $1,100 a week. I'm like, man, because I know what I'm doing. When I was over there, I was doing about $3,500 to $4,000 a week, and I was bringing home about anywhere from $1,500 to about $1,800, $1,900 a week. Okay, if I work Monday through Friday and occasional Saturday, I will bring home about $1,500 to $1,700 a week. And I know the guys who got those expensive trucks, $900 a week, $1,000 a week, they're not bringing home no $1,500, $1,600 a week. They're bringing home $1,100 a week. That ain't no money, man. That is not no money. That is not no money. Minimum, you need to be bringing home $2,000 to $2,500 a week. That's minimum. You responsible for this truck, you know. And see, like a lot of guys, they only focus on that settlement. That's all they look at, the settlement, and don't understand that you're in business and you working towards something past a W-2 job. But I got a bunch of videos talking about that. I mean, a lot of guys probably, they just, I mean, a lot of guys, they just blind, man. They just only see what they want to see. So, but yeah, man, I would try to find a company that allows you to bring a truck in from an outside truck vendor. So any carrier like that is good in my book, because then the carrier is not controlling your truck. They don't have control of your truck, and you want to separate the carrier from your truck. So when you have that, it's very, you can do what you want to do with the truck. So, I mean, I don't want to boast about Lone Mountain. I don't want to boast about wholesale truck and finance. I don't want to boast about MHC or something like that. But any lease purchase out there where it's a third party leasing company that's allowing you to get the truck through an outside company is good. So there are a bunch of companies out there like a Lone Mountain, wholesale truck and finance, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, Snyder Finance, they're like at the bottom. I would only recommend going over to Snyder Finance if they got a 1-year lease. If they got a 1-year lease, I'll do it. And you just got to call Snyder Finance up, because Snyder Finance, they're going to try to push you into a new truck. It's going to be a 3-year lease, a 3 multi-year lease, and they're going to try to push you into that kind of situation. And I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that. You don't ever call me supporting anybody doing that kind of situation when you leasing the truck. That's just like leasing an apartment for 3 years or something like that. Or, it just doesn't, it's not a good idea. A lot of things can happen in 3 years. People keep on calling me. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on repeating myself. But let me see. What year is your truck? Y'all know what year my truck. Stop asking these questions, man. I got 250 videos talking about my truck. What car would you recommend? Okay, I already think. When you gonna? Oh yeah. What you think when you have your own authority? Get on to Prime's logistics sides, pulling their trailers. Yeah, I was watching Trucker Brown, and I was watching LaShawn Parks videos on Prime and stuff like that. I think that's a good program if you're trying to grow a small fleet. I think that's a great program. If you're really trying to grow a small fleet, that is a great program because you have a platform to grow a fleet. Like, a lot of you guys don't understand what that means because now you got all this back support. You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about a trailer. You don't have to worry about dispatching. You don't have to worry about payroll. You don't have to worry about all this stuff that if you was to get your authority, you would have to take on. You have to worry about a fuel program. You got this for like a fee. I think he said it was like $300 or something like that. That is a great program. Flat rate fee, $300, no matter how much, no matter how much money you make. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. That goes to show you how much money they're making out here on these loads. These loads pay a whole lot of money. And a lot of you guys don't understand. You guys think I'm be lying. You guys think I'll be lying. These loads pay $4 or $5 a mile. You think I'll be lying. Okay? These brokers be taking 50% off the top. When you see a load on the board that's paying $2 a mile, you better believe the broker's getting that load for about $4 a mile. You better believe it. In my mind, I already know he's taking all the money off the top. In my mind, I just have to accept that until I get my own shipper. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you guys have no idea how much these loads be paying. These loads pay so much money. How much? Like, how do you think that Swift, Snyder, JB Hunt, Warner, you know, like all these guys out here able to build big fleets, pulling dry van. These are dry van companies. You really think these loads pay $1 a mile? No, man. You won't even be able to pay the light bill with $1 a mile, man. Come on. These loads pay. They get these loads from the shipper, directly from the shipper, and these loads pay. You know, loads going. When you see a load on the board paying $2,000, you better believe that load paying about $4,500. So when you're looking at a load, you call up a broker. He's like, "Yeah, I got this load going 500 miles. I'm paying $1,500 on it. I'm paying $1,200 on it. I'm paying $1,300 on it." You better believe that load is paying $2,500. He's getting it for $2,500. But y'all don't believe me. Okay? It's like, I've been in this business 10 years, man. I know how much these loads pay. You go into a customer, you got to keep your eyes open. A lot of you guys are blind. All you guys doing is just driving the truck. You just driving the truck, just driving. I'm trying to get this load on time. These companies keep you so busy to where you don't even get a chance to really think about deep concepts when it comes to this business. They're so busy running the truck. You run in the truck 11 hours and then you go to sleep, you jump back up and do it again. You don't even slow down enough to read, okay, talk to people and pass information and stuff like that. You're so busy running up and down the damn road in the truck. And, you know, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, these loads be paying. And that's more reason to go out here and get your own authority, you know. So, because like a load I just delivered a load before this load. Let me give y'all an idea. I just delivered a load just a while ago. Walk with me. Hold on now. I just delivered a load a while ago. It paid $1,200. The load went 450 miles. For some of y'all, that may be not a lot of money. It isn't. In the scope of it, it isn't, because that load paid way more than that. I called the broker on the load. He offered I think he offered like 700 on the load or something. I looked at the load, and I know like freight lanes that, just coming from Snyder and just being in this business so long, and I know guys who got their own authority. Up front, I know that, okay, what I'm a bid on the load up front. I already know he's getting a bunch of money off top, but I need a load, so we need to negotiate it so I can get the load. I need the load, so I don't want to price it too high to where I can't get the load, but I don't want to price it too low where I ain't making no money. So he offered like 700-800. I was like, no, I'm sorry, I can't pull this load for that much. That's too cheap. That's too much. That's too cheap. I said, I looked at the lane and where it was going, and with my deadhead, I was like, I can do this load for 1,200. He was like, oh, 1,200. That's a little bit more than what I wanted to pay. Well, I'm sorry. That's the best I can do on this load, because it was heavy. It was 40,000 pounds, and I was like, 1,200, man. He put me on hold. He called me back. Well, he didn't call me back. He just put me on hold for like a minute. He picked the phone back up. He's like, hey, can you make me back in the middle at about 1,100? I said, I'm sorry. This load is 40,000 pounds. The best I can do is 1,200. He was like, okay, I'll go ahead and pay you 1,200. Now, usually when I'm back and forth on the broker with a load, it's giving me an indication that maybe he is tapped out on the load, because if he's getting the load for 1,500, he's still making 200 on the load. But when I was talking to him, he kind of was flexible when he was talking to me. He was like, okay, I'll give it to you for 1,200. Most brokers, they'd be like, no, man. He'll be like, okay, 1,150. Can you do 1,150? I would have did the low for 1,150, but I stood firm 1,200, because I knew, okay, the load is heavy, and I know that lane that I was traveling, loads in a certain lane go anywhere from 1,000 to about 1,300. So I quoted it about 1,200. So he was like, no. I was like, 1,200. That's the best I can do. And he was like quick to give me the rate card on the load. So that told me he probably got this load. He probably got that load for like, I would say at least 1,800. I would say at least 1,800. I probably could have quoted maybe 1,300, 1,400 and got the load. You know what I'm saying? Because the load was 40,000 pounds. It was water. Nobody likes to pull water. It's 40,000 pounds. And then on top of that, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's because like with light loads, you really don't have no flexibility. So it's like, so I say that to make a point. They're making so much money off these loads. I'm just trying to tell y'all. So that's just the bottom line. And like, I got a load last week that I just told y'all about. It went 300 miles. I got it for 1,700. If they're able to pay me 1,700 for 300 miles, that's telling me they probably got that load for about 2,500, 20, somewhere in there. For them to just pay me 1,700, they probably got the load for like 2,000, 2,200, 2,300 for 300 miles. I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And so, man, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. New house, cool. Yeah, I refinanced mine on February. Still weekly payments. It'll be paid off second week of October. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm in one at AW, the truck I get from Bush Leasing. $525 a week. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. $525 a week. That's pretty good. 2014, $525 a week. Yeah. He asked me again what year. You know I got a 2014, man. Come on. You know I got a 2014. You ask that every time on video. Things I watch yours about. When did you worrying about if you had a different outlook on it? Fofo, you always have good info. I mean, you know, it's just my opinion. A lot of guys don't like my opinion, but my opinion comes from, you know, my life experience, you know, common sense, you know, it's just all kind of stuff, man. Like, I'm a Dave Ramsey fan. I don't know if any of y'all watch Nancy Orman. Nancy Orman, she's a financial guru. Like, she's a penny pincher. I'm a fan of Robert Kiyosaki. I'm a fan of a lot of like respectable people in the business world. You know, JB Hunt. And if y'all go back and read JB Hunt's story, like, he's just a blue collar working dude, and he worked all the way up to building this big old empire called JB Hunt. You know what I mean? Walmart, another one. You know, a lot of people be like, well, you can't be like Walmart. Hell, if I can be 5% of what Walmart is, I'll be good. I mean, like, it's like people get caught up in the BS. It's just like, okay, here's Walmart, right? Walmart is 100%. If I do like this much of Walmart, like 5% of what Walmart is doing, I'll be happy with that. And like a lot of people, like, it's like I get information from a lot of places. I talk to people, you know, I read some books, you know, life experience, and just try to, you know, consume a lot of information, and then I let it swirl around in my head, and I come up with an opinion. And, you know, and that's just what it is, you know. I'm going to assume you have a 2015. I don't have no 2015, man. You know what kind of truck I got. I pulled one from Houston, 212 miles, 1800. Yeah. I got my truck. I'm in the business credit program. Earlier this year, I was hauling bill loads from Central New York to 2500 through it. Yeah, that's a good paying load, man. 2500, 350. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, they be raping guys on them beer loads, man. Them beer loads pay really good. But it's like the beer loads from the shipper to the broker pay good. But from the broker to the driver, they don't pay. Let me put it like that. But see, like this guy here, he said he pulled a load for 2500 that went 350 miles, right? If they able to pay 2500, how much you think they getting on that load? Just think about it. If they're able to pay out 2500, they probably got that load for 3500, 3000. You know what I mean? Maybe even 4000. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, man. These loads pay. They pay, man. They pay. But the money just don't get to us. The money don't get to us. Keep in mind, normally went for 1300 on the board. Open my eyes up and see these brokers are really making. Yeah. Like, there are brokers that are making 6 and 7 figures every year. Just think about that. There are brokers that make 6 and 7 figures a year. There's some $1 million a year brokers out here in trucking that they sell freight. They're making money hand over fist. They're brokers that make $100K all the time. These guys are making $1,000 a day, just like us, but they don't have the overhead. These brokers are making $10,000 a month. Brokering freight, they're making $200, $300, $400 off of each load. So if you're a freight broker and you sell about 4 or 5 loads a day, each load you making about $200, $300 off each load. How much money is that? That's just all I'm saying. And that's probably on the low side. Because just imagine a freight broker. They probably got like 5 or 10 drivers calling in them in their office like any given time. Right? They make $100 here, $200 here, $400 here. When they hang up that phone, they're having a party on how much money they made off your dumb ass. They hang up that phone. Woo! I made $400 on this load. Woo! That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Have any of you guys ever been to a freight broker's before? Check it out, man. It's crazy. Like you go in there, it's just like the damn stock exchange. You go into the bullpit, these guys picking up, selling loads. You know what I'm saying? They're just selling loads, man. Just like the doggone stock exchange. It's crazy. They hang up the phone. Woo, woo, woo. They're making all this money hand over fist. $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, man. It goes to show how much money they're making off these loads. Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Mainly run Texas, and that's right, man. Stay south, man. And y'all heard about the accident up there in Iowa? It's like a 50-car pileup up there on Iowa somewhere. You can Google it on YouTube, man. It's a 50-car pileup up there in Iowa. It's crazy. Kevin Rutherford. Yeah, I used to listen to Kevin Rutherford. I ain't listened to him a long time, but you know, lately Kevin Rutherford, he's real commercial now. Like earlier when Kevin Rutherford used to be on like long time ago when Kevin used to be on like regular radio, he was on this local station. I forgot the name of it. Then he got on satellite radio. Now he does blog talk now, but he didn't used to be like that. But I get it. You gotta make money, but he's real commercial now. Like he sells a lot of stuff, and you know, it's like, you know, I get it, but at the same time, like I want to get to the information. But you know, I've been following Kevin Rudd for a long time. When you think about getting straight talk with your authority, I don't know nothing about box trucking. I don't know nothing about that. Maybe it's something I was thinking, you know, looking into, you know, doing some straight truck stuff. But, you know, what you think about getting a box truck? The lady that owns the parking lot where I park my truck at, she's in the box truck business. And she said she had a fleet of about 5 or 10 trucks. And you know, she got tired of it because it's just, you know, with your authority, it's just a lot of BS, you know. Like from my side, I don't see that because I just got my authority, because I don't see how the industry has changed. And she said the industry has just changed. It's just a lot of compliance and just a lot of stuff that she don't want to deal with no more. So she sold it. But I mean, for what I understand, I hear the box truck business could be pretty good. you know, I hear that is comparable to, you know, a big truck. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know too much about, you know, the box truck business, straight truck. So um I mean, it's a lot of competition out there just because you got to deal with the LTL carriers, because that's, you tapping into like an LTL type situation. You know what I'm saying? So when you running a box truck and you doing that hot shot freight and you doing less than a truckload type freight, you competing with the RLs and the SDs and the FedEx freights and the UPS freight type situation. And when typically when somebody needs something shipped, they're gonna go to a big carrier, RL, SDs, or a FedEx or something like that, because they got tracking, they got the support. You got to do something way above what FedEx and UPS are doing. You know, you give personable service. You know, it's just something that you got to do that's like, you know, beyond. I mean, you could probably pull those off broker boards, but like I say, I don't know too much about the box truck business. But hey, man, this video going on 40 minutes, man. I'm loaded. I just wanted to get y'all I just wanted to do a video for y'all, man, and you know, give y'all some food for thought, you know, and you know, just shoot the shit with y'all, talking some stuff, and I'm loaded. I'm go ahead and get going on this load, and you know, call up some brokers and keep this thing going. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. If y'all got any questions, man, you can send me an email at jhtrucking45@gmail.com, jhtrucking45@gmail.com, or you can go on my Facebook page, 404 Trucker Facebook. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. I'll see y'all next time.